you are emotion code practitioner and
Mhm.
I believe you get certified this year.
That's
And
right.
we talked a little bit about what emotion code is and your experience and the kind of modality you're bringing to people for their healing. So we have done another video, and then if anyone wants to check it out, I'm going to link it and you can go look into that to learn what emotion code is. And today we're only here to do a sample session. Is that correct? Yeah.
That sounds great.
So
Sounds
that's
great to me.
us. We can give people a little bit of illustration of what a remote session look like with you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So, since everything is contained, more in-depth information is contained in the other videos, I just wanted to give like a 30-second elevator pitch
Mhm.
for those that really only want to see the session itself, just so people know what they're about to see.
Mhm.
So, at the highest level, emotion code is an energy healing tool which allows the release of trapped emotions from the body. I think we all know that we can do this, right? We go through things in life where we experience something that's really hard, and we can just say, like, no, I can't experience that right now. And so our bodies literally hold these
Mhm.
energy signatures from the past. So the emotion code is a modality to help clear these things out of our systems, which can help with improving physical symptoms, with physical healing, and can also help with more mental, emotional type struggles like breaking bad habits and things like that. So that's a super high level of what it can do and how it looks or how it actually works in a session is that I, as a practitioner, will connect in this case to Yang remotely, it can be in person or remote, and I will use a combination of muscle testing to ask questions to find emotions that are ready to clear. And then once I find that emotion, as well as any supporting information, then I use a magnet to clear it away from Yang. So it's all speaking to her subconscious, and it's all based on the intention that Yang would like to work on in this session, which she'll be getting into in a second. And it's also based on this little chart that Dr. Bradley Nelson has come up with in the emotion code. It's 60 emotions. So I ask questions to narrow down the emotion that wants to be released. And then I use with my muscle testing, and then I use this magnet to clear it away. And then I repeat that process for as many emotions as are ready to release from Yang under the intention set at this time. So there's a little
Okay,
preamble. All right.
that sounds amazing.
Good
I'm
stuff.
happy to be your guinea pig.
Yeah.
And I'm
Mhm.
also going to be linking all your booking information down in the description. So if anyone watching this and then feeling drawn to this process and want to give it a try, and then they will know where to find you. And they also can always watch the other video and then get a little more in-depth information, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, and feel
Mhm.
free, to reach out directly with any questions and to see if this might be, a good fit for you.
All right. So let's start.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, my friends, so here we are. We're
Mhm.
gonna do what this is called a proxy session again, so it's online, that's how I work in most cases. So the first question that I always start with is there a particular, intention, a
Mhm.
particular challenge or struggle or something that you'd like to work on that we can set our mutual intentions with for the session?
Yes. So I do have, and then I also kind of want to like bring it up for the viewer that you don't always have to have like a physical illness symptoms. It can be anything. So actually today I have an intention related to my business.
Mhm.
So I find myself overthinking and over planning in my creative process. So this is something I think is holding me back a little bit. Like I want to come out more authentically, more vulnerably for my audience, and I want the creativity just flow and me taking more actions
Mhm.
in um, creating content.
Okay.
So um, so I think what I'm trying to work on is this overthinking piece. Like planning is never a bad thing, but I think sometimes I go back and forth like, is this good or is that good? And like, and then you become a little paralyzed, right? And then you just kind of sit back and you're like, okay, well, I kind of want to do more today, but I didn't do as much as I hoped for because I was just like overthinking in my head a little bit, maybe.
Mhm.
I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I think this is something I can work on and just have
Yeah.
um, that creativity flow freely. And so that's my intention today.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it. We can work with that for sure. And I definitely, as with many things with you and I, Yang, I definitely know that feeling. I definitely have a history of that as well. I have these memories of being on Amazon and trying to just find a food processor or something and just taking an hour to look at reviews from all these different ones when really any one of them was probably good. Just find one on sale. You know, so it's funny you bring that up.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah. I mean, I think a word that came to me as well is sort of trusting what comes through, rather
yeah.
than like second guessing, oh, it's this or this or this, because we can definitely get ourselves into a rut and then almost get like that decision fatigue,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
feeling you on that one. That
yeah.
sounds
And I
good.
think lots of people can relate to this. And let's remove that blockage.
All
to,
right.
yeah.
Well, absolutely. Anything else you want to add, or do you want to settle right into the session here then?
Yeah, I think that's all I have. And I just really want that feeling of, in my creative zone and feeling that everything is flowing. And I want to feel that I am so powerful and creative and able to execute with the correct vision.
Beautiful. I love it. And I love how laser focused you are with these intentions. It's beautiful. Good stuff. Okay, my friends. So this is what I always do at the beginning as well is just double check. Do I have permission to do an emotion code session on your behalf?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So, and again, I'm just adding some words for your benefit as the viewer, but I'll just do this during a session itself. But I like to take a just 10-15 seconds at the beginning of each session just to ask and set the intention that this session be for your greatest good, Yang, and for the greatest good of all. Just kind of take a moment with that. All right. And so then the next step that I do is I make this proxy connection. So I use this finger and ring method for muscle testing. So a yes is strong and a no is weak. And that's how I can make this connection to Yang and Yang's subconscious for the session. So I'm going to make a connection to Yang now. Let's see here. Am I testing for Yang? Yes, testing for Kristy. Perfect. So because I've done this so often, I can make a very quick proxy connection to someone else. And you won't be seeing this throughout the whole thing. I'll be doing my muscle testing down below, so it's
Mhm,
not distracting. But as I'm asking questions, I'm muscle
mhm,
testing and getting that yes or no answer.
mhm,
So, okay, so we have a connection made, and we're working on that intention of allowing Yang more flow and ease in her creation with her business, and to release anything that wants to kind of get in the way and contribute toward that overthinking. So, I'll just sit with that intention for a minute and we'll get started. Okay, so question one, and which we'll repeat as many times as we need to. Are there any trapped emotions that we can clear for Yang right now related to the intention that we set? So there's a yes. Now I'll go through that chart that I showed you. So is this first trapped emotion a common trapped emotion? Yes. Is it in column one? Nope. Column two, odd row, even row two, row four, row six. And is this first trapped emotion pride? Is it shame? Is it shock? Is it unworthy? Is it worthless? So we found our first emotion. It's unworthy. And do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? That's a no. We can go ahead and clear it. One, two, with my magnet, three. And do we clear this unworthy? Perfect. That is it. That is emotion number one.
mhm,
We talked in previous videos a little bit about what the other person does during a session. And the short answer is there's nothing specific you need to do. Though I would encourage you right now, Yang, as I would encourage anyone else, just to kind of relax and just pay attention with curiosity, see if anything you might have feelings in your body, something might come to your mind. Anything that comes, it's all good. Just be open and curious to it. Okay.
mhm.
So we'll keep on going now. So, are there any other trapped emotions we can clear for Yang today based on the intention set? That's a yes. Common trapped emotion, column one, odd row, even row two, row four. And is this trapped emotion anger? Is it bitterness, guilt? Okay, we found bitterness. Do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? That's another no. Clear away any bitterness there. Do we clear the spinners? Okay, second one is cleared. I might at some points just sort of speak under my breath a little bit rather than saying the words really out loud, just in the interest of
Oh,
time. That's what I do
mhm,
during sessions too. Though I will call out each emotion and
mhm,
any other information gleaned, just so that's clear in the video too.
mhm. Yeah, and in
Okay.
the past, you will also send me the list after the session, and
Yes, for
then
sure.
for us to review if we want to. So this is something also for the audience if they want
Absolutely. I record
to
everything that
get the
comes out and then
summary of the process.
I send a summary of the session. So if someone wants to kind of go back and maybe think about it a little bit more and think
Mhm.
about sometimes an age will come up where something was
Yeah,
cleared and then they can kind of feel into that.
yeah.
Okay, so back in here, just gonna make sure our connection's still sound. So still testing for Yang, testing for Kristy, perfect. And we're working on the ease and the flow of business creation and clearing anything that might be keeping Yang stuck in that area. So still strong intention there. Are there any other trapped emotions we can clear for Yang under that intention? Yes. Common trapped emotion. Oh, so I got to know. So now I'm going to ask, is this an inherited trapped emotion? That's a yes. And this means, because I didn't mention it in this video, that it's something that it originated within one of Yang's ancestors and was passed down to her. And if we clear that out now, then we clear it for Yang as well as anyone else in the chain that has inherited it. So that's beautiful. Okay, so it's an inherited trapped emotion. Is this one in column 1? It's an odd row, even row, row 2, row 4. And is this trapped emotion anger? Is it bitterness? Is it guilt? Hatred, resentment. We found guilt. And so now we ask what side of the family it's on. So did this come from mom's side, dad's side? Did dad inherit it? No. So I got that it's guilt inherited directly from Yang's father. So do we need to know anything else now? No. With inherited, we do 10 swipes just to give even more of an intention here. So we're going to clear that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do we clear this inherited guilt? Yes. Okay, so that was number 3. And we'll keep going. Are there any other trapped emotions we can clear for Yang at this time? Yes. Common trapped emotion? Yes. Column 1, column 2, odd row, even row, row 2, row 4. And is this trapped emotion depression? Is it frustration? Is it indecisiveness? Indecisiveness. That makes a lot of sense based on what we're talking about. And do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? Okay, that's a yes. So
Mhm.
it's originated in Yang's life, but what I usually do is ask the question and get an age because usually that's enough information for the subconscious to release it.
Mhm.
So we found indecisiveness. And my lovely dear, would you be so kind as to reveal your age if you're okay with that so we
Yeah,
can work with that?
yes, of course. So I'm 44 right now.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. All right. So, did this indecisiveness get trapped above age 20, above age 30, above age 40, between 30, 35, 35, and 40? And again, I'm muscle testing all of these.
Yeah.
Between 35 and 40 is at age 35, 36, 37, 38. Found indecisiveness age 38. And do we
Mm.
need to know anything else about this one? Nope. I'll clear that. 1, 2, 3. Do we clear this indecisiveness? Yes. All right. I think that was 4. We'll do one more and then we'll just pause and see how you're doing.
Mhm.
Okay. So, any other trapped emotions we can clear for Yang here today? Yes. Common trapped emotion, column 1, odd row, even row, row 2, row 4, row 6. And is this trapped emotion humiliation? Is it jealousy? Is it longing? Last. Okay, we got a really strong. It's kind of funny. Sometimes I have to take a moment to feel it. Sometimes it's a super strong one, which is interesting. Just an aside. So I found longing here. And do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? That's a yes here too. Did this get trapped above age 20, between 10 and 20, 10 and 15, 15 and 20, 15, 16, longing? And do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? No. 1, 2, 3. And do we clear this longing? Yes. Okay. Whew. Take a little breath. I think that was 5. It might have been 6, but I like to, on a regular client session, pause about 5 or 6 too,
Mm.
just to see if anything's coming to the person, if there's anything that they'd like to ask. Anything
So
coming to you?
yeah, okay. So I think I come from a really analytical background as well. Just, like you shared your story in the other video we chat about. So to me, it's gonna take me back, like once the session's over, it's gonna take me back and I'm gonna reveal the list that you sent me and I'm just gonna be just trying to figure out like where's that piece.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is this common with your clients or even with yourself? And I think I
Yeah.
would expect that, right?
Yeah, there seems to
Yeah.
be, a few different things I often observe or people will share with
Mhm.
me. Sometimes it's a bit more of an, like, intellectual process. Someone wants to go
Yeah.
back, think about the ages. They
Yeah.
might get it sometimes people will get a flashback, they'll get an emotional they'll get something kinda drop
Yes.
in around the
Yes.
meaning of it or even the
Yeah.
feeling of it.
Yeah.
One person mentioned the car ride home after a session, there were some tears that were coming
Mhm.
out, so and it's kind of funny because it's kind of funny and a little bit ironic because 'cause we're working in this session as well about,
Yeah.
embracing more flow and whatnot,
Mhm.
and then talking about the intellectual side,
Mhm.
which makes me wanna ask you just in this little intermission,
Uh-huh.
if you have noticed anything more in your body or more kind
Mm.
of viscerally within your body as we're doing the emotional clearing.
So I feel really peaceful and calm, and
Nice.
every time we do this, and I think it's your energy that's also like being present there as it's just doing being a really good influence to maybe your client. I don't know, does that make any sense?
Yeah, I
I
mean and
feel
yeah, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
yeah, I just feel like a really good, like comforting kind of energy and feeling from you.
Nice.
And then so as you're clearing each item, and I can relax, and I can like just be like accepting that and just
Nice.
feeling happy.
It's that energetic spa, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I mean, I like to say as well, and we'll get back to in just a second here, but I do like to say, it's interesting because doing this work as well, it almost feels like it's a and this delves in a little bit more into spiritual territory, but I mean, I
Mm,
feel like I am more of a conduit to an energy that is
mm,
there and it's available to people, and again, I just feel so blessed to have found the work and to be able to be that conduit, right? Where I don't think
mm,
of it as necessarily me that's supplying the energy, but I'm helping to
mm,
bring more of that healing energy to you. So it's really nice to
mm.
hear that it feels like that spa for you here today. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, you
Okay.
really do like bring that good energy to people. So,
Oh, thank you.
mhm.
Okay, anything else, or should we hop back in there?
Yeah, let's continue.
Perfect. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to reestablish that connection. So make sure still testing for Yang here today. Yeah, so that's still nice and strong. Testing for Christina. Okay, so we're still working on that flow and that ease as for your business and in all things to have more of that flow and ease in your creations. Perfect. And remove anything that's kind of sticky and in the way of that. Okay, so I think we're at 6 or 7. We'll keep going here. Are there any other trapped emotions we can clear today for Yang related to that intention? Yes. Okay, is this one a common trapped emotion? Is it column 1, odd row, even row, row 2? And is this trapped emotion anxiety? Is it despair? Is it disgust? Is it nervousness? Is it worry? Okay, we found worry. And do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? That's a yes. So we'll get an 8. We'll get an age. Does this get trapped above age 20? No, between 10 and 20? No, 0 and 10, 0 and 5, 5 and 10, 5, 6, 7, 8. We get 8 years old worry. Do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? No. Clear that one. 1, 2, 3. And do we clear this worry? Yes. Okay. Any other trapped emotions we can clear for Yang here today? Yes. Common trapped emotion, column 1, column 2, odd row, even row, row 2, row 4, row 6. And is this trapped emotion pride? Is it shame? Is it shock? So we found shame. Do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? It's another yes. Maybe your analytical mind wants the ages so you can think about it a little bit more later.
I'm doing that. You know me.
No, it's all good, it's all good. It's
Yeah.
just part of it, just kinda roll with it, yeah. So we found shame, so we'll get an age here. Did this get trapped above age 20, above age 30, above age 40, 40, 41? And do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? No. So we'll clear that one. 1, 2, 3. And did we clear the shame? So that one's cleared. Okay. Woo. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a lot of body activation, which I often feel during these sessions as well. It's because again, the energy's flowing all over the place here. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
So let me ask you, how do you feel like
Yeah.
being a conduit?
I feel a lot. I often feel a lot in my shoulders and upper back. There's a lot of
Mhm,
tingles. Sometimes it goes down my legs.
mhm,
And yeah, it's just fascinating. But it almost feels like the release is happening for me as well.
mhm,
So I mean, I think when something is truly a healing type of an energy or a healing session, you're healing both people and you're healing
Mhm.
even outside that sphere, right? It's almost kind of it's almost bigger than sort of that direct session. There's almost like a trickle out effect of that as
Yes,
well.
yeah. So I love the body sensation, like all the tingling and all this, like you almost feel like you're out of air sometimes, and like this lightheadedness that I feel. And then I don't know if maybe that's me overthinking of um, all of the trapped emotions and like even narrowing down to age than that you did. So I'm definitely gonna be looking into that. But so many of it you said make total sense, and even like the type of emotion you identified and then the age
Mhm.
that came up. So
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, definitely, it's
Mm,
all good. We can kind of approach it
yeah,
from all the different angles. We
right.
can look at it intellectually, we could feel it, and in the
Yeah,
end, we're clearing, and
yeah,
that's just good. It's all
yeah,
good, sure.
yeah.
Okay, let's see if
Okay.
there's anything else.
Yes.
Okay, so we're still testing for yang. You're still nice and strong here and working on that flow and that creation. So anything else we can clear in this session today for yang? So we're still getting more. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead and I'll just clear until your subconscious says no, so we can complete the session here then. Okay, so there's something more still. Is this one a common trapped emotion? Is it column one, odd row, row one, row three? And is this trapped emotion crying, discouragement? Okay, we have crying, which is an interesting one, just to give a little information on that one. Sometimes crying can be if we've had a lot of crying and it's overwhelming for the body, but it could also be, and I feel like it's even more so this, when the body's wanted to cry and we're stopping ourselves, right? Because think
Mhm.
about, as humans, there's a lot of cases we feel emotional where we feel like it's not appropriate to cry or to emote. So I found that one here. Let's see if we need anything else. Do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? Okay, so we'll get an age for this one. Did this get trapped above age 20, above age 30, 20, 25, 25, and 30, 25, 26? Crying. Do we need to know anything else about this trapped emotion? That's a no. One,
Mm.
two, three. To
This is
declare
so
this.
interesting because I definitely cry a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, me
And
too.
and
Yeah.
26, I probably cried a whole lot that year. So
Oh,
wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else we can clear out for Yang here today? Still a yes. Common trapped emotion? Nope. Is it an inherited trapped emotion? Yeah. Is this in column one, column two? Column one, is it odd row, even row, row two, row four, row six? And is this trapped emotion humiliation? Is it jealousy? Is it longing? Is it lust? Is it overwhelm? Okay, inherited overwhelm. Did this come from mom's side, dad's side? It comes from mom's side. Did mom inherit it from her mom, her dad? Did grandma inherit it from her mom, her dad? Okay, so we got inherited overwhelm, and I went up the chain 3 times. So to Yang's mother's father. And do we need to know anything else about this one? No. So we'll clear it all the way up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do we clear this inherited overwhelm? Yes, we did. Okay. Anything else we can clear here today for Yang? Oh, that's a no. That must have been a big one. We did a big inherited one there.
Mm.
So I'm getting a no. So you can see here, I was getting a really
Yeah.
strong, and now I'm getting a weak.
Mm.
So what I do when I end a session as well then is to break that connection so we're not kind of linked to each other following the session. So still testing for Yang. Nope. Back to Kristy. So I'm back in my own energy. And there we go. I didn't count exactly, but I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 to 11 emotions, which is
Mhm.
pretty common for a session.
Mhm.
I've seen it be lower, maybe when when the body would know it would be a little bit more to process. And I've seen it get into the 20s when someone's clearly like, let's go, let's do this.
Mhm.
But 9 to 10, 11 is very common for a session. So
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay. So I think at the end of it, like my body kind of feel like it's about time to stop. And then so when you felt it, I felt it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Mhm.
There you
Yeah.
go. Right.
Mm.
And yeah, so same thing I would offer or invite anyone in an emotion code session. So I invite you as well, Yang, just make sure you're hydrating, drinking lots of water. And if you feel called to rest today, if you're able to, just allow yourself that. get some good sleep, and just stay open to any shifts. So we'll get the information around the emotions sent out to you, and just stay curious, right? You might have memories coming to you. You might have like feel certain emotions coming out. You might have insights of,
Mhm.
come to you. It's all good. And just stay curious and open to that then.
Yeah. I truly believe in this kind of things, like our subconscious just know the knowledge that we cannot verbalize ourselves. And
Mhm.
and when we work on the subconscious and just let it do its work, right? And I also believe that there's background work that's happening, even though we don't see it on the surface. And
That's right.
sometimes,
A lot underneath that iceberg, right? There's a lot.
yes, yes, that exactly what you're talking about. And sometimes, we need to come back maybe second time, third time to address the same issue. And then, so I think, with younger people, it always comes through, I think, faster. But um, as older as we are, and I think we have a lot more baggage that we're carrying. So um,
Yeah, it
it
depends on the
takes a little
person,
bit of
depends on the
a
age, depends on
time,
all
I
kinds of
think.
things, yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone has their
absolutely.
own onion,
I
and,
see.
yeah, and just peeling those layers off just allows that
Mm,
much more freedom and space and
right.
love and joy and all those good things.
Yes, that totally makes sense. Thank you so much.
You're right, you are so welcome. Anything
Yeah,
else we
thank
wanna
you.
talk about before we end here, or is that a good place
Mm,
uh,
okay.
to go?
Do you have anything that you want to add before we go?
Oh, I feel pretty good myself. I was feeling, I think, a lot of that, same
Yeah.
thing you were feeling, feel pretty light, and I just
Mm,
have a lot of gratitude for you as well. Just to say to everybody else here, it's kind of funny since I have a tech background, but interestingly, I mean, it's probably more emotion code I can offer myself because it is something that we can
mm,
practitioners can offer in ourselves, or anyone can learn this and offer it to themselves. But I feel some interesting blockers around, or it's like this. It feels hard to do videos myself, put myself out more on social media. There's kind of something there that I think I can keep working on. But the long and short of it is I want to just thank you so much, Yang. I mean, you have so many skills in this area, and just want to thank you for this opportunity and for the exposure and to help get the word out here on emotion code and energy healing in general, because I think it's going to really help the world out, especially at this point.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like I can't thank you enough. Like just, all the things, the knowledge you're bringing, like I think it's gonna help a lot of people. And I love the work you do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I love all
much.
the
Appreciate it.
information you have. So, all right.